It's wanting to get rid of, we need to get rid of intellectual property, no more patents, everything needs to be free and open source, and we need a green revolution, and, you know.
But again, that's the candy coating of the fake left. At the core, it's all one powerful private central bank that will own everything.
Absolutely, and I think that came out with the Danish text leaks is pretty much, they showed their true colors. And
so is that hurting the conference? I mean, is it in disarray? I'm reading a lot of countries are saying they're not going to sign on now.
It is. We saw the early part of this morning when all the different countries were making their comments. And all these small countries like Equatorial New Guinea and Mozambique, and they don't have nearly the political clout that the United States or the European countries have, but they already see through what is probably...
Good. Stay there. I want to come back, talk about what else is happening.
And he decides who to free and who to blame. Everybody won't be treated.
For some of the older audience that don't know what South Park is, they had a whole episode making fun of Al Gore and his fear-mongering about the man-bear pig. Half man, half bear, half pig. And it's as real as man-made global warming. But it's not funny how many third-world people they're going to kill and how many middle-class people and poor people they're going to ruin here in the United States. In closing with Patrick Henningsen, filmmaker, you've already released some YouTube clips of interviews you've done. Give us some of the names of those clips for folks that want to go find them. You're making a short film about Copenhagen that's going to be out in the next few days. Tell us about that, Patrick. And I would guess you haven't been able to videotape the man-bear pig, the mythical mermaid-type creature that Al Gore's been warning us about?
We've been looking for him all over Copenhagen, and we've spent most of our time trying to track down the man-bear pig, but we haven't had any luck. What we have discovered, though, is Al Gore is basically captain of a ship, and what I can say to real green activists and real environmentalists is that you are on a Titanic, which is captained by Al Gore, and I advise people to get off that ship before you hit the iceberg of truth. Because if you do, everybody's going to go down who's on that ship. And it's bad for the science. The whole practice of science is under threat. Real environment is under threat, along with all the other things that you mentioned. We're going to have that in our film. We've got a 3-part film that's very educational, which we'll have up on YouTube tonight. It'll be at 21st Century Wire TV on YouTube, and we'll also hopefully have a link at 21stcenturywire.com. And then we're doing a more intensive film over the next week, which we need to spend time and hunker down.
Give that website out again slowly for people, because you're doing groundbreaking work.
It's www.21stcenturywire.com, and on YouTube, just go to 21st Century Wire TV, and you'll see some of the videos, and there'll be some coming out, a few more coming out over the next few days. But the big news in Copenhagen yesterday was Lisa Jackson from the EPA gave a speech to a rouse of applause, basically saying that the EPA, under the Clean Air Act of 2007, will be able to regulate the poisonous gas of carbon dioxide without the approval or without the say of Congress. So it's basically a run around the democratic process, saying that it doesn't matter if Congress and Senate pass the cap-and-trade bill. We're going to regulate greenhouse gases anyway. When they say greenhouse gases, they're not talking about really dangerous gases. They're talking about carbon dioxide, which we all know.
Look. If they were calling for an international agreement that wasn't a global taxation system to private banks that would demand study before they open-air plant or release cross-species animals and plants, that's what's already causing rogue viruses. And, I mean, that's what's really dangerous. That's what can really mess up our planet. Nanotech getting loose. I mean, that's what the real evidence shows is serious. The superconducting super collider, the megacyclotron, the Hadron Collider. Their own scientists admit that makes hydrogen bombs look like Tinker Toys and could destroy the planet. But, you know, no control over anything real. No control over overfishing. I mean, there are some real environmental things. The global government could care less about that. You know, I found out Prince Bernhard, founder of the big environmental group World Wildlife Fund, the Nazi, and founder of Bilderberg, he openly used his environmental front for elephant hunting and making money off tusk. He was caught doing that. He would try to overthrow third world countries. These guys are hardcore criminals.
We went down to the WWF, World Wildlife Fund. They've got a little camp down in the center of Copenhagen. And who's sponsoring the World Wildlife Fund? None other than Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola has done more to destroy environments in third worlds in India.
No, it's incredible. Like look. The big polluting corporations run this whole deal so they can tax us for air and then ignore all the real environmental crises. Great job, Patrick Henningsen. God bless you.